So your calculator can be used to change between decimal and fraction answers. It can also be used to simplify fractions for you. So in this course, you may have a fraction like 351 over 2097. It is so not the point of this course to waste time trying to simplify such fractions or to put them in decimal form by using by-hand computations. So on your TI-84, if you were to enter the fraction 351 divided by 2097 and push Math Enter, so Math Enter tells the calculator that you want to convert that into fraction form. And so then if you push Enter again, you'll see the fraction 39 over 233 on your screen. Okay, so that tells us that that's as simplified as that fraction gets. So again, in this course, we will never be simplifying fractions by hand by trying to factor out common factors. I mean, that works fine if your fraction is 3/6, that you should know that that's also equal to 1/2. But most of the studies we look at, the numerators and denominators are not that small or that nice as we're looking at trying to simplify them. Okay, your calculator can also change a fraction to a decimal. So again, if we took 351 divided by 2097, we would get 0.167381972, okay, out to as many decimal places as it can show there. And also it can change a decimal back to a fraction. So again, if we entered something like 0.125 and again pushed Math Enter, that tells again the calculator we want to change it back to fraction form. So if we push Enter again, we'll see the fraction 1/8 on the screen. So that tells us in decimal form 0.125 is the same thing as 1/8 in fraction form. Okay, so again, this is a technology-driven class, so as we want to go back and forth between decimals and fractions, we will be using technology to do that. All right, so the last key concept on this page are the two interpretations for the probability of some event being k%. Okay, so as we interpret those probabilities, we can interpret those for either a single object being in a particular category or looking at a percentage of all objects being in some particular category. So the first one here, we can say there is a k% chance that a randomly selected object is in category E, which is what that's going to look like as we start looking at things more back to data and as we categorize things. In terms of the events that we're looking at here, we could say there's a k% chance that event E will happen on a randomly selected trial of the experiment. Or we could say if we perform the experiment a large number of times, we expect event E to happen k% of the time.